When playing Nocturne, you want to start with your Q and buy Hunter's Machete and 5 health potions. Start on the wolf camp and then clear the blue buff. After you've cleared the blue buff, you have a decision to make, whether or not to gank immediately. Now if you are going to gank right now level 2, you level up your fear. If you're not going to gank until level 3, you can level up your W because it gives you extra attack speed in the jungle. Now you can go clear the raise and the red buff and look for a lane to gank. What you want to look for is a lane that's pushed out. As Nocturne, you can get up behind and land your fear, and even if they use like a flash or something to get away, your fear will still land and you can hopefully get the kill. Now that we've got plenty of money from First Blood, we're going to go start building towards our Wriggles Lantern. And when playing a jungler, it's important to realize that you should buy plenty of health potions, because you don't want to have to back every time you've gone for a gank, or you've farmed a few creeps, or you've tried to counter jungle. You want to just pop some potions and keep moving through the map, and keep being productive. Now we're looking for ganks in mid, but it looks like Akali has already gone too far back, so we'll go check bottom. But they've already pushed up and taken a kill, so we've got to capitalize on the situation somehow. So notice that I have the Madrid Razors and several health potions, which means we can go for a very early dragon. And we don't bother taking many precautions because the AD carry's already dead, and they probably haven't ordered it by this time. Now we go back and get our Wriggles Lantern, and what this does is it gives us obviously a bit more damage and tankiness for ganking and tower diving and that flim flam, but the main thing is that it lets us kill buffs a lot faster, and it gives us sustain in the jungle, which means we can go counter jungle, we can go farm forever without wasting time going back. Now a key thing to notice here is that I am not getting boots yet, and that's because for one, I'm running move speed quintessences, and two, Nocturne's Q speeds them up drastically, so you really don't need boots until a fair bit into the game. Now taking the blue buff on Nocturne is viable if you're level 6 or higher, because you're going to be ganking a lot with your ultimate. It can help the team more than having it on the mid laner, depending on who your mid laner is. In this case, we're not level 6, so we hand it over to Rise so he can spam up his tier stacks and all that flim flam, as that's a little more important than the cooldown on my Q and my E and stuff. Now we see the Warwick has gone down to the bottom lane, and lo and behold, his red buff is up. So we take that pretty easily, but one very important thing to know about Nocturne is that his Q is visible in the fog of war. So if you're counter jungling and you don't know where the enemy jungler is, don't use your Q. Save that for trying to escape, because if you use it and he sees it in the fog of war, he's going to come and kill your ass. Now we steal Warwick's big golem to hit level 6, and Singed has come up from the mid lane to help us out with this gank. He tanks the tower so we can just go in, fear the Elise, Rise snares, and she's dead instantly. Now we take the top tower after that gank, but I completely underestimate the Akali and end up going down to her pretty quickly. So we get our level 1 boots and a null magic mantle, so we can either go to Mercury Treads or Hex Drinker or Wit's End or whatever we want in this situation. Now we're coming down bottom for a gank, but looks like both Warwick and Singed already had that idea. So Warwick goes down before we can even get in there. We ultimate on the Taric since he's low, but notice that I fear the Caitlyn, because we're not going to need that fear to kill the Taric. We're going to be able to catch him, and fearing that Caitlyn hopefully will allow us to pick her up in the end as well. Unfortunately, she popped the ghost, so we couldn't quite, but you know, a single fear made her pop her ghost, so that was definitely worth it. Now we can easily take down that tower, and Dragon's just about to spawn, so we go into that, but Warwick has turned up to try and foil our plans. So I'm just going to try and outsmite him here, and it works out, but I'm pretty screwed at this point, so I just moved back into the Dragon Den to try and lure the enemies off my team, so that at least, you know, they can live. Unfortunately, Lulu goes down as well, and Graves gets away though, so, you know, 2 deaths for a dragon, it's not terrible. Now I'm deciding what to turn my null magic mantle into. I go with the Hex Drinker because the shield is going to be a lot better against that Akali trying to get the execute on me in the end with her ultimate. Now I'm thinking about stealing their red buff, but as you can see, Warwick is very close by, so we just ward it, just wait and see if Warwick comes here or not. And he should be just about finished the double golems. Now here he is. We quickly get out of there before he's able to see us, and wait just over the wall, checking the range of the smite and the damage. He's a higher level than us, so he should be able to smite this before us, but it's only about 30 damage difference, I think. So we try for it, get it, then looking for a way out of here, and we cast our ultimate because of what's going on in mid. Wait for the Elise, hopefully Singed doesn't get in range. I don't know if Elise just didn't notice him or if it was too late to go to Singed, but we get the kill, and we escape that counter jungling situation, no problem. Now I've got to decide whether to build tanky or damage. Now I'm looking at my team, we have Rise, Singe, Graves, Lulu, all very sustained fighters. So if I build pure damage, they're just going to blow me up instantly and then try to fight 5v4. So I build that Emblem of Valor towards the edges of the Legion. I'm going to go straight for that Runic Bulwark. We've just now come off the back of 2 horrible team fights for us, but we're sparring in the mid lane and Elise gets low. Now obviously I'm wanting to go in there, but I can't just fly in without my team to follow up. So now that they're following up, fly in, get the kill on her, and try to tank some damage and deal some damage. Unfortunately, Akali gets flipped back. I don't know what I was just doing there walking back in, but Akali picks up the kill on me. Luckily, it's plenty for our team to just take them all out because Akali was focused on the tanky old Nocturne. Hopefully, my team will be able to get a tower or something. Now the enemy team's doing Baron, and you're going to see an amazing play where I use my ultimate to fly in, I smite the Baron, we get the buff, then I use my spell shield to block any of their stuns and I dodge the rest and make it out alive with the Baron buff. Let's watch. And now it's a simple task of killing the enemies, and then the Nexus, and then we win the game. And that's how you play jungling Nocturne.